Hey, what's up everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me, and I am on vacation in the beautiful state of Washington. I was visiting the Seattle area and the surrounding areas around there, and I've just been having such a wonderful time. I'm spending a week up here having adventures and just taking a little bit of break from the desert. As you can tell behind me, it is absolutely beautiful out here. I am currently in Diablo Lake, and I apologize for the lighting. It's a lot of trees over here where I'm away from all the other people. And I just wanted to make an EDC update, just an EDC update for vacation like I did when I went a few months back to San Diego. Because when you're traveling, you know, it's a different environment, different laws, stuff like that. So things are often fluctuating. Plus, of course, being an outdoorsman, I'm constantly testing out different types of gear as well. So thank you for joining me. It's going to be a very brief, impromptu EDC update, but I hope you're excited, and I hope you guys are enjoying these beautiful views because I'm having a great time out here. So thank you for joining me. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. As always, folks, we begin from head down. So the first thing you're going to notice is I have a new hat. So this is an Outback Trading Company Cooper River hat. That's the model name. I just recently got it a few weeks ago. Now this one is 100% wool. It's crushable wool. I will admit it's a little warmer than I was expecting. It's first time visiting Seattle and stuff like that, and it's much warmer than, you know, what popular culture makes it out to be. So I didn't have to use it all the time. But every time I travel, I tend to take a hat, whether I'm camping or not, just because I tend to get cold fast, and I was expecting more rain than we're getting. But it is a good-looking hat, as you can tell. Normally, I'm not into the big cowboy side-swept hats, upward sweeping hats. Not really my style aesthetically. I kind of like something a little lower, but I'm warming up to it, and I'm digging it. So yeah, being wool, it's going to be a lot more useful during winter camping, but I wanted to break it out on its first adventure. Next thing you notice is, of course, I customized it. I added a bullet shell there. That is a 30-06 bullet that I used to hunt a boar. For those of you who missed that video, a few months ago I was in South Texas and I went on a deer and pig hunt, and I brought down a very large boar and we cooked it right up, and it was my first time hunting large game, so I kept this as a trophy of war, I guess you could say, a hunting trophy. So I like to customize my hats that way. So yeah, first new thing is a new hat, and be prepared to see it a lot more during the winter months when it's going to be a lot more needed. So moving on, and I apologize, lighting is a little glitchy right now. I'm working with the best that I got. But next thing on my neck is going to be a bandana, 100% cotton. A bandana has 1,000 uses. And in the world of, COVID and all that stuff, it has 1,001, right? Because, it doesn't matter where you stand with all the political stuff. You go somewhere, you're going to probably need to wear a mask. Some parts don't care, but then you go to a gas station or a restaurant, and they do. And, I'm not going to be troublesome to the owner or whatever. So if I do need to wear a face mask for that, I'll wear this, put this on. I prefer this because it's not so wasteful as the disposable mask. I don't like, if I can keep from causing more trash, I'll do that. So I like this, of course. Plus, it just got that cool Old West Bandito look, which is awesome. And like I said, it's a bandana. It has 1,000 uses. And quick tip: if you like solid color bandanas like me, I don't like the very busy paisley looking ones. Go to an art store like a Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can buy these for like $1 or $2. So that's what I do. Moving on from there, up here in my front pocket are some sunglasses. Like I said, it is much sunnier than I was expecting up here, and it just makes sense when you're traveling. Always have some sunglasses. So these are some cheapy glasses I must have bought at a gas station a few years back. And rocking that Bob Dylan 1966 look. Once again, cheapies, no name brand. And then notepad and pen for writing down ideas, to-do lists, that kind of stuff, questions, sketching, whatever the case may be. Sharpie pen, and this, I don't know where I got this. They're like $2-3. Okay, so let's move on down to the belt. Now, normally I have a watch. I believe I took it off this morning and I left it at the hotel. So it's normally a Timex watch, but yeah, I didn't bring it. So slack move there, and I'm about 3 hours away from that hotel. So let's move on down to the belt region, I guess the pockets you could say. This left pocket I have chapstick and a lighter. So of course none of these are too fancy. They're, you know, things you can purchase easily at any gas station, and of course it's a source of fire, and a, you know, chapstick to keep your lips from chapping. So simple stuff, but I always carry them with me. Moving on to this pocket right here, of course I'm going to have my flashlight. So here I have the Thrunite Ti flashlight. My favorite EDC flashlight of all time. I just love how versatile it is. I have a review on it. If you want to check it out, I'll have it up here. So, you know, if you want more information on it, and the link to my Amazon store, if you want to purchase one, is down below. So, love this light. Very handy. Just comfortable. Not too big, not too small. Packs enough punch. Recently I had somebody, you know, I reviewed a flashlight, a Fenix E35 V3 a couple weeks ago, and right away there's comments of people like, you know, I can't afford a $75 flashlight. Great, I understand that. So if you want to take another route, this is a great light for like 35 bucks. I cannot recommend it enough. I love this light. So, you know, just clips onto your belt. So now for my left side butt pocket is, of course, I always have another bandana. Of course, you can never have too many bandanas. They have so many uses. Now, this is the one that I'm going to dirty. If I got to clean my hands and I don't have any napkins while I'm eating, or I got to sneeze, whatever the case may be, this is the one that's seeing all the dirty jobs, because you don't want to sneeze on something and then later on put it around your face, you know, when you enter a museum. That's just disgusting. So one of them does the dirty stuff, one of them stays around here. So yeah, another bandana. As for right side butt pocket, I got my wallet, of course. Very simplistic leather wallet. This one was made by a friend of mine, also a patron, James Howard. He has it under the name 610, and I love this thing. I love this thing. It is just so simplistic. Nothing too thick, nothing too heavy or bulky, but as you guys know, I like an old school look, so I prefer leather wallets, but nothing too chunky. I hated my old wallet before this one. This one is just great, and you know, the fact that it was a gift and it's handcrafted, of course, is going to mean a lot more to me. So cheers, James Howard. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much I love this wallet. It's great. And then, of course, everyone's favorite subject, the knife. And what knife did I bring to the beautiful state of Washington? My snake eater, of course. So, of course, I'm rocking it on my belt. Now, please do excuse the crappy camera work. I am filming solo. But there you go. And I decided to bring my snake eater. It's my favorite knife of all time. Of course, it's my design, so I'm going to be biased. But it's great for, you know, camp cooking, game processing, that kind of stuff. But it's a multi-grind, so it's going to have the flat grind and 3/32 inch thin blade for processing game, cutting up food. But at the same time, it has a Scandi for whittling. And of course, it's, you know, 90-degree spine. It has a pommel down here. Just really comfortable. And in case you did miss that video where I did hunt the pig, this guy just processed that pig just effortlessly. I've also used this in many fishing trips as well. The official Junkyard Fox Snake Eater review is coming soon as I get back to Texas, so stay tuned for that. I love this thing. Now, of course, yeah, I got to be careful when, you know, through the airports, I have to put it away in my bag, but once I've been here, I really haven't had any issue with anybody telling me anything. Outside of the Space Needle, security was a little bit more vigilant there, but normally, you know, of course, I'm not causing trouble, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, my snake eater. So that's about it of what I'm carrying on my person. So now let's go ahead and move on down to my Haversack. Let me change the angle. Okay, so here is my Haversack. This is the Hidden Woodsman M44 Haversack. Absolute beauty. I love it. Sadly, it's not being currently made. I'm not sure if Malcolm's gonna get around to making another batch anytime soon. I really don't know. All I gotta say is I love mine. I just love the simplicity, that old school vintage military look. And I tend to baby this one a little bit more, so you see a lot less staining and scuffing and all that. But I just felt that it would be appropriate to bring this one because it's so green, and you know, it's gonna fit in with all the greenery here. So yeah, I brought my Haversack with me. First things first, here on the side you see I have a secondary light source. So let me turn it around. Once again, I'm filming solo, so sorry about that. So here on a carabiner, I have my Exotac fire sleeve, a secondary source of ignition, and this is rubber. So this thing is gonna float if it falls in water. It's gonna stay waterproof. I just love it, you know. And I have a review on this also, so I'll have it up there if you want to check it out. This thing is fairly cheap, about 20 bucks, 25 at most, and it works really great. Next, on this little back pouch, I have the new flashlight, the Fenix E35 flashlight. I just reviewed this one a few weeks back. I love it. Now this thing is great for EDC. I just think it's a little too big for EDC during the hot summer months. So it's my backup one at my Haversack, while my Thrunite Ti rides on me. But it's a great light. I decided this is going to be the gift for next month's Patreon giveaway. So Patrons, if you're watching, this is the next, for the month of August, this is going to be the giveaway. $75 light. I mean, I took care of it, so there's very little scuffing and stuff like that. So in great condition, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so let's open her up. First things first is, of course, my Nalgene water bottle, my canteen. It's empty because I've already drank all the water, so I got to fill it up. But it's always good to, whenever you're traveling or whatever, just have a water with you. So enough said there. Next is a book, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, one of my favorite books when it comes to inspiration for the creative type. If you're a creative person, artistic, you want to be an entrepreneur, start your own business kind of stuff, I highly recommend Austin Kleon's work. I love it. And of course, you know, through all the traveling, through the airports and you know, when I'm at the hotel, this is some good stuff. Easy to read, really fun. Check this one out if you're into that kind of stuff. Charger for my battery bank. Ibuprofen. Oh, my Swiss Army knife tracker. So this knife, I wasn't sure how Seattle and, you know, the surrounding area would react with you know, walking around with a full-size fixed blade on my belt. So I brought this one as a backup in case I needed to be more subtle. Say I'm going to a bar or something, you know, they're not going to want to deal with that. You know, I don't blame them for that. So I'd rather be, you know, have this and be subtle than not have any cutting tool at all. So you guys know the Swiss Army Tracker, a really great multi-tool, my favorite multi-tool of all time. The Exotac RipSpool. So this is gonna, you know, to help to mend some ripped clothes, ripped fabric. Also, it has some tape as well. In fact, movie magic, this is how I managed to get this bullet to stay here. There's duct tape on here, so that way it doesn't fall off if I drop the hat or something. So I have a review on this one as well if you want to check it out. It'll be up here. Really great stuff, and made in America, by the way. All the Exotac stuff is American made, supporting American company. That, you know, who doesn't like that? Another charger for one of my flashlights. And, well, I have a poncho that can double as a tarp. I always have this with me. Very rarely do I need to use it. But once again, it was Seattle, so I was expecting a lot more rain. We didn't get it, but better to have it and not need it. And then other than that, I have a metal canteen that, of course, goes with my Rothko water bottle. I think I mispronounced it and called it an Nalgene earlier, but it's a Rothko. And of course, this I could boil water if I need to. Once again, guys, I'm doing a lot of city slicker stuff. I'm staying in a hotel. I'm not camping, so it hasn't seen any use. but my hotel does have a stove, so in case, you know, I'm tired of restaurants and spending a lot of money, I could just, you know, boil water to either make coffee or make some ramen or something. So, you know, once again, better to have it and not need it. Oh, my keys. Now, normally, my keys are clipped onto, you know, my belt. However, you know, because I'm away from home, I'm not using my keys to drive or anything like that. So I haven't been, you know, wearing them on me. But yeah, just, you've seen these before. The only new thing that I wanted to show here is I have a new carabiner. Now, this carabiner is by the company Rovyvon. And what I like about it is that it has, see if I could do this one-handed. See that? It has a little blade. So you always have a very small cutting tool on your carabiner. This has come very much in handy when I'm at the post office and I need to cut some, you know, some tape when I'm shipping out a package. I personally hate gunking up my fixed blade. My blades that are used for, you know, game processing and cooking, I hate getting stuff like the gunkiness of tape or glue or whatever the case. So something like this is very much handy for that. So yeah, really liking this. Then of course, you know, when I'm, you know, around a power source, I'm just gonna connect this so I can charge my phone and stuff like that. And then last pocket back here, some snacks for traveling. These are those honey stingers. You can buy them at Walmart. They're really good. You know, good little energy pick-me-up. And then my portable charger. This is the Nitecore Power Brick 10,000 NB10000. Really love this. My favorite power bank. It's so slim and it charges my phone several times, and of course my iPhone charger. So you guys know you're using your iPhone for taking a lot of pictures on vacation and stuff like that. It's also what I'm using to film. So I always forget to mention that on my EDC videos, but I have an iPhone 11 and it works great. Oh, and then Altoids, of course, you know. So yeah, that's my stuff right there. And yeah, that's about it. Going pretty light outside of what I'm, you know, clothes and stuff like that. And that's about the end of it, folks. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of city exploring as well as wilderness exploring, so I don't need to go too heavy with the wilderness stuff. You know, I just got the basics of survival in the city, like phone chargers, a flashlight, multi-tool, that kind of stuff, a microclimate with my hat, poncho, and of course my clothes is always, you know, layered and stuff like that, so I'm fine. One thing I forgot to mention is I do have a jean jacket I often wear when I travel, but it's in the car because it's 90 degrees today, so I didn't wear it, but if it did get chilly, boom, I'm set there. And that's about it, guys. So hopefully you like this video. I hope you like the views, and if you ever get a chance, check out the beautiful state of Washington. It's absolutely gorgeous, and there's just a lot of culture and great food and all that stuff. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and comment down below if you have any questions, suggestions, anything like that. And we'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.